I just heard YouTube commentator Paul Butler say, "When were you programmed by this separation program?" I just saw a little boy about 8 years old. He just went down this path. He was by himself on a bike, and he had like a little tennis racket in one hand, and he was wearing a full face fabric mask. Who programmed that boy? This morning I was listening to words of the teachers who are trying to figure out what to do this fall, because there's no guidelines as to what's supposed to happen if someone tests positive for COVID-19 this fall, a student or a teacher. Do they get paid, the teachers, if they have to go into quarantine? If someone is suspected of having COVID test, does all the children get this question mark around them? You might have it, you might not. This is an enormous lie perpetrated by Nazis on humanity. Why is it a lie? Did you get an answer? You're expecting me to continue to repeat the things that I've said before about these? It's an ungovernable world, except if you have got mass media, in which case you can say whatever you want on mass media, and then the population is brainwashed into believing. Or are they? Pretty much everyone has seen corrupt politicians and lies about things like the reason that they started a war in Iraq. Endless lies that come to light. But there are enforcement arms of the media. The enforcement arms. They lie to you. The Department of Public Health tells my barber that I can't get a haircut unless I give the barber my name and phone number, where he writes it in a book. And then I have to put on one of these thin paper masks for my duration of my haircut. These thin paper masks are not approved to stop viruses. So why are we wearing them? Even the mainstream media's lies don't cover this one. We have to assume, oh, it's going to stop spittle from leaving your mouth and hitting somebody else. That spittle might have viruses. We have no defense. So we're going to make you wear something that's not going to work. And we're going to force you. We're going to take your name and your number. We're going to have it enforced by the health department, backed up by the police department, backed up by the military department. Meanwhile, an 8-year-old boy is trained brainwashed at a young age that planet Earth is very dangerous. 8 years old, you get them when they're young. McDonald's used to do that. They used to try and get parents to come to McDonald's. They used to put on advertising with cartoon characters, the Hamburglar and Ronald McDonald the Clown. You'll get them used to coming to McDonald's early, and you'll have a customer for life. I'm sorry, but McDonald's doesn't show the slaughter of cows to make hamburgers. They don't show it. Or the slaughter of chicken to make chicken burgers. They don't show it. They lie to the children. They lie to the parents. They hide it away somewhere. And if anybody asks, they say, well, God put those animals on the planet so that you could eat them. Now, eat your hamburger. Eat the meat. It's expensive. Children brainwashed. So when they're adults, they don't even question it. Wear your mask. Eat your meat. Pay your taxes. Stop for the police cruiser when his lights are flashing. Brainwashed into a society of sheeple, the zombie nation. Someone said, people don't appreciate freedom unless they actually fight for it. Young people are not taught that they can fight for freedom. Young people are taught you're small, I'm an adult, I'm big. If you don't do what I say, you're not going to get supper. When I was young, they would say, you're going to go to reform school. You're going to go to the principal's office and he's got a strap. So from a young age, children are taught to obey. Is that freedom? No. It's mass brainwashing and enforcement by violence. We live in a highly violent society. Everything that's told to you by the media or the government or the police is enforced by violence. It's not freedom. It's a concentration camp.